Hello, everyone. This is Jay Dobbins on the Marvel DC Multiverse. We are now at episode 375, and I'll be doing a review on Thor: Love and Thunder. So, spoiler alert, if you have not seen Thor: Love and Thunder, I strongly suggest that you do not listen to this episode. You've been warned. Oh, and by the way, excuse the background noise, it's the air conditioning, so, in case you guys are wondering. But anyway, so, Gore and his daughter, Love, struggle in a barren desert. Despite their prayers, to their god, Rapu, Love dies. The god-killing Necrosword weapon calls to Gore, leading him to Rapu's lush realm. After Rapu cruelly dismisses Gore's plight and proceeds to strangle him, the Necrosword offers itself to Gore, who kills Rapu with it and vows to kill all the gods. Gore is granted the ability to manipulate shadows and produce monsters, but is cursed with the impending death and corrupted by the sword's influence. After Gore kills several gods, Thor learns of a distress signal from Sif. Thor parts ways with the Guardians of the Galaxy and finds an injured Sif, who warns that Gore's next target is New Asgard. Meanwhile, Dr. Jane Foster, Thor's ex-girlfriend, has been diagnosed with stage 4 terminal cancer. With medical treatment proving ineffective, she travels to New Asgard hoping that Thor's fractured hammer, Mjolnir, might heal her. Due to an enchantment Thor unknowingly placed on it years earlier to protect Foster, Mjolnir forges and bonds itself to her. Thor arrives in New Asgard just as Gore's attack begins. Thor is surprised to find Foster wielding Mjolnir, but nevertheless teams up with her, Valkyrie, and Korg to fight Gore. The group thwarts Gore, but he escapes kidnapping several Asgardian children and imprisoning them in the Shadow Realm. Having inherited the abilities of the deceased father Heimdall, his son Axel contacts Thor, who finds them. Thor decides to form an army of gods so they can travel to Omnipotence City, a realm that is home to many gods. The leader of the gods, Zeus, fears Gore and is unwilling to help, thinking they can remain safe and hidden from Gore in the city. Zeus orders the group's capture to prevent them from exposing the city's location to Gore, and in the ensuing fight, Gore's body is destroyed, though his face remains alive. Thor impales Zeus with his own thunderbolt, which Valkyrie steals before they escape. As the journey continues, Thor and Foster rekindle their romantic relationship, and Foster reveals her illness. The group arrives at the Shadow Realm, but are unable to find the children. Foster deduces that the kidnappings were a trap for Gore to take Thor's axe Stormbreaker in order to summon the Bifrost and enter the realm of eternity, who can grant his wish to destroy all gods. Gore overpowers the group, severely injuring Valkyrie. The group retreats back to Earth, though Gore manages to steal Stonebreaker. Drained of her strength each time she uses Mimir, Foster is warned that using it once more will likely kill her. Thor persuades Foster to let him fight Gore alone while she recuperates. Thor finds the kidnapped children at Eternity's altar and, using Zeus's thunderbolt, imbues them with his power to fight Gore's monsters while he battles Gore. When Foster senses Gore is about to kill Thor, she joins the battle with Mimir to save him. They destroy the Necro Sword, freeing Gore from its influence, but the three are brought into Eternity's realm. With Gore poised to make his wish, Thor implores Gore to revive his daughter instead of destroying the gods. Thor then leaves Gore to make his decision and attends to Foster, who succumbs to her illness. Moved by their display, Gore wishes for Eternity to revive love, which it grants. As Gore dies from the curse, he requests Thor to take care of love. In the aftermath, Korg's body is restored, and he starts a family, while Foster's sacrifice is honored in New Asgard, where Valkyrie and Sif begin training the children. Thor adopts Love, who joins in his heroics with the former wielding Mimir, and the latter wielding Stormbreaker. In the mid-credit scene back in Omnipotence City, a recuperating Zeus sends his son Hercules to kill Thor. In a post-credit scene, in the end-credit scene, Foster arrives at the gates of Valhalla, where she is welcomed by Heimdall and thanked for helping his son. So, honestly, if it wasn't for Christian Bale's performance in this movie, I would have given it I would say 6 out of 10. But, since I thought that Christian Bale did a good job portraying Gore, I gave it a 7 out of 10. So, the only problem I have with the movie is that it wasn't long enough. It was an hour and 59 minutes. And I was like, really? But, I like how they introduced Gore, We understood now, after his little small, his little small backstory, I guess. We, understood, why he was, the God Killer. Because he prayed to a god who was very cruel to him. And once he renounced Rapu tried to kill him. Then, of course, the Necro Sword called to him, of course, giving him the ability to kill him. But the way I looked at it, Rapu had it coming, since he was cruel, and he was a douchebag anyway, so. And plus, it was self-defense, what Gore did to Rapu, so. Honestly, it's not like, Gore had anything to lose anyway for killing, Rapu, since he was a douchebag. But, I'm happy that Lady Seth's alive, so that's good, I like Jamie Alexander. I like how they did a little black and white cinematography. I thought that was pretty cool. Some of the actions were, sequences were okay. But, at least now I have a better understanding as to how Mimir was brought back together. Because remember in Thor Ragnarok, Hela threw shattered the hammer. Pretty much. Not through the hammer, but Thor threw the hammer at Hela and she pretty much shattered it in Thor Ragnarok. So that pretty much. But however, it called to her because unknowingly, because Thor unknowingly placed an enchantment on it, just like that he who possesses he who be worthy possesses the power of Thor. That was enchanted by Odin in the first Thor movie. So turns out, Thor did the same thing with his hammer unknowingly, though, which explains why the hammer called to her and why it was forged back together when Jane arrived. Since it was calling to her. So, which at least that was at least that question's been answered. So that was good. But I just wish it was longer. And I just wish that they could have, I feel like they could have done more. But obviously this is not going to be Thor's last film. Because in the post-credits scene it said Thor will return, so which is good. So I don't know if they're going to do a Thor 5 or they're going to do a different movie that's going to have Thor in it. But only time will tell. So, but yeah, I felt like they could have done more. The writing was, I don't know. It just felt like it was just too simple. And I don't understand how, if this is supposed to be the final Thor film, why would you make it an hour and 59 minutes, less than 2 hours? That's crazy. And, I also like, the Guardians of the Galaxy making their appearance in the film. However, despite the fact that Gamora, the variant, the 2014 Gamora didn't show up in the film. So I don't know if she's going to show up in Volume 3 or not, but we'll see. Obviously she can't go back into her world since she was transported into Earth 616, so. But it would have been nice to see Zoe Saldana reprise her role as, Gamora, but it was good to see the rest of the Guardians, though. So that was cool. Yeah. Honestly, it's not really much to say about the film besides Christian Bale's, excellent performance. Oh, and by the way, if any ladies are, if any of the ladies out there listening to this episode, I'm pretty sure you enjoyed that view of Thor's backside. I know a lot of women were like, woo, but yeah. If you if any ladies out there, if you ladies out there are listening, I have a question for you. What did you think about that view? But anyway, yes, pretty much it. And by the way, before I forget, the Thor: Love and Thunder has made $498.5 million in the box office with a production budget of $250 million. So they obviously got that production budget money back, so that's good. Since they made almost $500 million worldwide, but I'm pretty sure they're going to make more than that. So, but yeah, that's it. So that concludes this review. Feel free to visit us, like us on Facebook. We're available on iTunes, Google Play Music app, Spotify, and of course YouTube.